Good morning, everybody. We are with Steven, who was with us at Playlist Live in Florida about a month ago.
Yeah, it's been about, yeah.
And today, there's another Steve. I'm totally interrupting. It's Steven's birthday.
Today?
Today.
You're finally 21.
Yes.
Or is it 56?
It's getting closer to 56, yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Would you be so kind to tell us where we are?
We are at Rancho Obi-wan in Petaluma, California with some lovely guests from San Francisco.
Hello.
And some guy named Corey and some guy named Steven that I used to work with. And we do tours. We're a nonprofit. You can find out about us at www.ranchoobiwan.org. And it's all about Star Wars. And since tomorrow is the International Star Wars holiday, may the 4th be with you, what perfect timing.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. Steven and I happened to be meeting up in San Francisco like before May 4th. And I said, what are we doing for Star Wars Day? And he was like, let's go to Rancho Obi-Wan.
Yeah, how strange.
Yeah.
So I invited myself.
And it's his birthday, and now here we are. I must say, I've been reading magazines with photos of you in them for probably 10 years. Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Back.
And I had to work next to you for what seems like 10 years or more.
Steven worked at Lucasfilm. Steven worked at Lucasfilm, and now we have to be quiet because he's giving us a tour.
These two bronze pieces were actually from statues in Palpatine's office on Coruscant. And of course, the Jedi being a little out of it, they got things on their minds. They didn't realize that these two guys were from Sith mythology. That's how Star Wars came about. No Flash Gordon movie. Okay, I'm going to challenge your trivia knowledge. I don't know if any of you guys are collectors, but Star Wars was out in the theaters a year after it opened, plus new theaters put it out, and so they did a very limited run of this poster, May the Force Be With You, 1 year old today, and there's 11 of the first 12 carded action figures they released, but somebody's missing. Can you figure out who it might be? So it's from the first movie, a fairly small character. But you can't put that on there.
Steven just told us that we are not allowed showing you the answer. You'll have to come to Rancho Obi-Wan to find out for yourself.
So the inventory is still not finished. We've got about 93,000 items in it. We estimate we have over 300,000 items. I'm friends with Seth and Matt who do Robot Chicken, and so these are one of the stop motion figures from each of the 3 specials. There's the guy who doesn't know the difference between the Millennium and the Aluminum Falcon, naming the movie, and finally decided Jedi don't seek revenge, so it became Return of the Jedi. But this poster had been approved, and actually this is one of the approved concept comps, the actual comp. And there may have been 8 or 10 versions of this once they decided on this version. Now, if you look at this compared to the final poster, you'll see things like Vader is totally different. They gave him this is just an outline, and they turned him into much more of an elaborate figure. But one thing they didn't change, and that's amazing, if you look closely, Luke's lightsaber is red and Vader's is blue. Not many people sort of realized that or commented on it, but when the art director of my first encyclopedia decided to use just that version on the cover, we got so many calls and emails and letters. How can we trust anything in the encyclopedia if you don't even know what color Vader and Luke's lightsabers are? It's a $3,000 book because of the cost of making it. It's in this beautiful box. George decided that he wanted a book about cinematography and just the art of cinematography, and so you press this, and here comes, one of these beautiful leather-bound volumes, and really prints of CinemaScope quality of all 6 films. So each one has its own volume, and as I said, not cheap, but very, very impressive.
I'm not entirely sure if I should speak over it to avoid accidental copyright infringement. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of copyrighted logos and images here, so I'm just at the point where I don't care. But I think it's mostly accurate to say that I am speechless.
So
There's so much stuff.
So welcome to the Cantina band members. You're allowed to do a little.
Are you gonna dance?
Not with that.
So you can see there is the original costumers tag in there. Berman's and Nathan's, which made the costumes, says Star Wars and Darth Vader. It wouldn't have the actor's name, it would have the character's name. This is an actual stunt lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back. So the stunt guy would be training Mark Hamill, and this is a carbon fiber surplus German tank antenna, and if you don't parry when somebody thrusts, you can get really black and blue with this thing. And in fact, when they did the prequels with Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, instead of this, they used these hollow metal aluminum tubes that would bend if you looked at them cross-eyed. So, you know, but this is an actual stunt lightsaber. There's a scene you can see where Obi-Wan is walking towards Darth Vader up the corridor, and he's carrying the lightsaber like this, and you can see that white tube in it. They filmed the last rehearsal of every scene, and so the guys who were rotoscoping or painting in the glow frame by frame knew exactly or approximately where the blade would be.
Look at that. How big it is.
This is all Star Wars Disney stuff that existed before the Disney purchase of Lucasfilm, which I think just proves that Star Wars and Disney has had a relationship for a very, very, very long time.
People have often asked why there aren't more figures of Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, and actually there are. You just have to know where to look for them. So these are pieces from the surface and the trenches of the original Death Star, some of the gun towers, including a cardboard painted gun tower. It was sort of a Potemkin tower. It's all according to what it looks like, not what it actually is. And then here we have a piece that had some pyrotechnic action right on top of it. Welcome to the Tantive 4. And I just, you come up and join me, but I just want to give you a warning that sometimes we get Imperial intrusions. Let me handle it. So this was built originally by the R2 builders for Celebration 4 as a photo backdrop, and then we had...
So we're just about to execute the Wookiee, and he says, "You can't kill me today. It's Life Day." Life Day. I don't even know what that is, do you?
Please tell me you executed him anyway.
Oh yeah, we killed him, that's for sure. I mean, he was just... You.
Yeah?
You, in Rebel Starship Corridor 1138. What are you doing there?
Well, I'm just showing these
We'll
folks...
need to see some identification.
Oh, boring. You don't need to see my identification.
We don't need to see their identification.
What about the guests?
These aren't the guests you're looking for.
These aren't the guests we're looking for.
We can continue on our tour.
We can let them through now.
Please watch your step.
Like that.
This is the holographic chessboard built by Philip Wise at Rebel Scum. After researching it for about 6 months, because there's very, very little good information about it. The R2, and you're welcome to play the chess, just please remember to let the Wookiee win. R2, the C-3PO, the Anakin over here were all built by Don Post Studios, one of our earliest licensees.
And we are back to where we started. Thank you, Stephen.
My pleasure, Corey. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Stop back again sometime.
Where can people find more information on this place?
www.ranchoobiwan.org. We also have a Rancho Obi-Wan Facebook page that we keep posting updates to, and we're out there, and we'd love people's support and love visitors.
So yeah, guys, you should definitely check this out. We will also link to it in the description. And this was just kind of our little break from filming. The crew actually shot an interview with Indiegogo today, and I snuck away to do fun Star Wars things with Steven. And I guess this is kind of our May the 4th celebration, just on May the 3rd. So that's more Star Wars stuff than I've ever seen, probably in my entire life before that point, combined, just all in one.
May the 4th be with you.
Alright, we are back at the hotel. We just finished an interview with Indiegogo, but sadly we weren't really allowed to do a lot of filming around their office. We had to just be like in one boardroom, so we just got in there, filmed the interview, and headed out. They're doing, I guess, I don't know, they just have rules against that right now. Maybe they're changing things, or maybe they've got some special stuff up on the boards they don't want anybody to see. So Corey has been gone off, and he's been hanging out up at the Star Wars Museum and all that stuff while we were doing the interview. So I did the interview today because not only am I producing, I'm also assistant directing, and I actually used to be an interviewer. Well, I guess I still am an interviewer. I used to work for Much Music in Toronto. So for those of you guys that don't know what Much Music is, for those of you that don't know about Canada's music station, basically Much Music is MTV in Canada. We have MTV Canada now, but Much Music's still bigger. So anyway, I used to work there, and I was a host there for 5 years, and I used to interview people all the time. That's why when Corey's not available to, or if he's not feeling well, or something comes up, he's got to go to meetings, or has to go to something else, I've been setting in, and I've been directing and interviewing for these interviews. Okay, so I was wandering around trying to find my room because I was wandering around talking to you guys, and now I don't even know where I came from. This hotel's like really old and kind of swanky and stuff like that, but it's also kind of like creepy in a sense, you know what I mean? Because it's like, look at it's like really nice and like got the old fixtures and stuff, but it's also like, it kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters. Like, remember the first Ghostbusters? When they're like in that really nice old hotel and it's like haunted, and like at the end of the hallway there's like Slimers down there? It could be that same hotel. This could be it right here. And like, I don't know, it's just weird the way it's set up. See, this could be like the ballroom where they caught all the ghosts at the hotel, and they like blasted the chandelier. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Okay, so we gotta be really quiet. We gotta hide from the ghosts. Because if the ghosts catch us, we're gonna get slimed. And we gotta get back to the hotel room without being seen. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here it is. Good night.
Give me daily vlogs. I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go